Yeah, I will do it. A couple of days ago, I finally see a program and I realized, oh, there will be a presentation about phenology, great, by myself. Okay, it's not very good, but I will try to do my best. So I'm from Latvia. I'm Gunta Kalvāne, and the topic of today's presentation will be like a phenology, a perfect subject for citizen science, and I'm lucky because I totally agree with it. So I'm working for University in Latvia, and for 2 years we are in a new modern building, and this is a most modern building and study building in the whole country, so we are lucky. And mostly I'm working with students, teach how to teach or learning. It will be more correct. Learning geography. But at least one or 2 times per week I'm doing this, like workshops for kids. The youngest is 4 or 5 years old. It was a challenge for me, but we do it very well. And also in camps and etc. And I really like it. And mostly it's like a practical, hands-on activities. And this picture is my favorite. I would like more. It's cool. And sometimes I'm doing it also at home. And this is my daughter. And her first word was experiment. So they are lucky, and me too. And sometimes I'm doing research with my colleagues and in 3 fields, 4, mostly in climatology, phenology, seasonality, and I'm new in geography education. And in fact, seasonality is my hobby research, and I must say, like in the McDonald's advertisement, I'm loving it. What is seasonality? Mostly a few now, 4 seasons, winter, spring, and so on. But there's much more. And yesterday we discussed about well sleeping. Also, seasonality appears in well sleeping. And researchers for Japanese discovered that on average in winter we sleep 1.5 hours more than in summer. As well, there's a seasonality in food and diets. And there's like a cool picture, I really like it. And there's also seasonality in TV and sports. And usually when the football matches is on TV, the ladies are going to shopping. And also, at least in Latvia, we have seasonality in salary. On average, in July and December, salary is going up, but unfortunately in January, going down. And also there's a happiness seasonality, but it's related to your birthday. If you have a birthday in summer, more happy you are in the summer, and opposite. And sadly, there's also seasonality in mortality, and it's very interesting subject, and I really love it, and students also like it. So I can spend the hours to talk, but I go back to my favorite, phenological seasons. And what is seasonality, you know, but what is phenology? In fact, phenology, I guess it's like a magic of the nature, because everybody is happy to see the first butterfly or see the first snowdrop in a field, and it's like a joy of the week or even a month. And phenology, in fact, can be like a most simplest, costless and efficient way how to prove that climate is changing. Because I usually say to students that the plants and animals don't lie. They tell a story. And in fact, phenology is like a language of climate. If you are very sensitive, carefully, we can listen it. And also I say to students that the IPC report is like a Bible for climatologists. There is a scientific proved information And as you can see in red, it's the phenological phases which started earlier than, for example, in the century ago. And especially in early spring or flowering and leafing starting earlier. Sometimes pictures are starting earlier as well in autumn, but in autumn we have a lot of data. So the teachers who are doing global phenology, please do it in autumn, because scientists have no data about autumn. We don't know almost anything about this. And so, once upon a time, the project Climate Language appears, and as you're not yet familiar with Latvian, it's mean climate language, Klimata valoda. And it was like a 2 years project, and we made some activities, and we made it in 3 levels. We start with the teachers, we start with the individual level. We made the workshops and materials and seminars for teachers. Then we go to group level and started to make experiments for kids. And we call it like a party with the scientists. And the next level was to engage society, and we made phenological peer campaigns. And this was like mostly in 3 levels. Experiments was very easy, all related to climate, of course, and sometimes not so easy, but they managed very good. And totally, we had, I guess, 100 workshops for kids. We visited also schools, but mostly they visited us in our modern building. And the experiments was made like a costless. All equipment you can find in your kitchen. And in fact, the first title of the project was Climate in Your Kitchen, because there's not a lot of financial resources at schools, so we manage it, but it's a very, very low cost. And we explained why climate is so different, and also make experiments which prove CO2 not only worse side but also the bad, because climate change not always only bad. There's also opportunities of climate change, at least in Latvia. And we try to explain it also. And next level was the scientific science communication and citizen science. Traditionally, we made an app and also guidelines in Latvian, because we, like a French, really love our language. And English, it's, as you can probably hear from me, it's not like a comfort zone. But the next one Friday, I was sitting in my office and decided that it's necessary to make one more, something new. And we made like a flash mob. We asked the classes to make photos with a bird, and we call it like a show a class. And in Latvian, it's mean also be a master of something. It's like a different meanings. Yeah, shows a class, really class, and shows a master level. And surprisingly, we got 95 pictures posted in social network with the hashtag, and from 65 schools. And it was great success. And here you can see result. For me, like a scientist, this year wasn't very good, because we asked to do it in September, and after 1 month in October, and it was very sunny and warm October, so leaves still were in a tree. So I cannot describe regional patterns. It was my dream, but it's come not true. So I will repeat it in this year, I guess. And of course, results of like in all universities was scientific publications. And we also make the models and also 2 publications. And probably, as you can see, here is my husband. He used to be geologist, but after a couple of years, he now is phenologist. So, I'm joking, but we have like a family business inside. And be honest, my colleagues are very skeptical about citizen science and kids' data, and I was very happy to hear your presentation that it's also data, and I will try to prove my and your passion that it's necessary to do it. So, yeah, but also trying to predict the future, what can be in Latvia. And you can find maybe more information in our blog. Luckily for you, there's some parts in English, but we made 9 videos, and you can understand the experiments without language skills, because it shows everything what you must do. And also you can Google it. So, but finally, to finish my presentation, I would ask to take part in a top activity of the project, and it's my favorite, and also kids like it a lot. So it's called like a climate or phenology yoga, and so you must stand up. And I found also the image in Google, what is called climate change yoga. So, and the answer will be not yes or no. Answers will be poses of yoga. So, are you ready? I will say one statement. For example, the first one is last year was the hottest year of the meteorological history. And if you agree with this statement, then doing like that. I'm joking. So, if you agree that the last year was the warmest year, just make it like a little twinkly star to the right. And if you disagree, just make a skeptical sign. No, I don't disagree. So, great. Right? Fantastic. So, are you ready for the next one? Okay, the second statement is that the spring phenological phases. No, I'm just wondering how careful you listen. But if you agree, just make a huge tree. Yeah, fantastic. Great. Great job. And then finally, the last one. If you agree that, I don't know what's the correct English name, decrease or reduce climate change risks, you must make a, no, this was a tree, this is a mountain. So if I can, just make I can. And if you not at all disagree, it's a real mountain. So great. So thanks a lot.
So I had a question. Are you familiar with the Globe Grow app?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So could you explain?
I'm a globe trainer of the Latvia, so I know.
Okay, you make pictures during the season of trees, and you make pictures every time on the same spot, and then eventually there will be a time-lapse movie. And the big data is collected by this scientist from the Netherlands, Nature Today. He collects all the big data, and then he can say, oh, the species are moving up more north direction. And they concentrate on about 5 species to concentrate on. But people think they find it lovely to do, and it's a good example of citizen science project with using an app.
And what's the name of the app again?
The Grow app.
Grow app.
The Globe Grow app.
Globe Grow.
Yeah.
But mostly teachers are like to do it because it's a tricky to do it every day or even every week. It's challenging for kids. But yeah.
Yeah, we have one here that's from Korea, the Center for Alpine Ecosystem Research in Chamonix, and it's called Phenology.
Yeah,
and it does sort of France, Italy, this part of Switzerland, and it's also an app for phenology. But I think Globe has one also. I remember when it was starting and it wasn't working for me, but maybe it's working better now.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it must be.
they optimized it just this year.
Okay.
Gunta, can I admit that I gave my responses to the questions based on what the pose I could get into, rather than the leave of the question.
I think everybody was willing to reduce the impact of climate change. It was a bit easier than.
I made this live yoga also with politicians.
That's
And it was so cool. They asked like a stewards and so like a business stewards and they, yes, I can. I make a selfie with them.
How about the last one? They didn't agree.
They agree because I made a correct presentation before. So thanks.